Hello, everyone. I am Janine Davis of James Davis and Associates. I believe everyone can succeed and be happy with the right encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. I'm here to provide some of that with today's confidence tip of the day. That tip is don't hurt your own feelings. Let your confidence be increased with the knowledge that you don't have to hurt your own feelings. I got this idea from my oldest daughter, the Simi. I don't remember the context or the conversation, but I saw this in a note while I was cleaning off my desk this morning. And as with most confidence tips that I share, this one struck a nerve and I felt compelled to share. Don't hurt your own feelings. Often we have interactions with people that hurt our feelings. Sometimes those interactions are all in our minds and we hurt our own feelings. Don't do it. Listen, sometimes we'll sit down and we'll want to have a conversation. We play it out in our minds what's going to happen when we interact with someone. We have our side of the conversation, we have their side of the conversation, and we don't let that other person speak, mind you. We carry on their side of the conversation and we get our feelings hurt. We speak as if how we think the other person would speak, and we say things that hurt our own feelings. We get mad about our feelings being hurt as if we didn't have both sides of the conversation ourselves. Don't do that anymore. If you're a person who has done that, stop. Do things differently. Stop this behavior today. Just don't do it anymore. Don't hurt your own feelings. Increase your confidence by not hurting your own feelings. I mean, there are times when we talk negatively about ourselves. We say things like, I'm too fat, I'm too stupid, I'm unattractive, I'm abrasive, nobody likes me, I'm never going to succeed at anything. We convince ourselves that we are unworthy, undeserving, and unlovable. Stop doing that. Stop hurting your own feelings. When you find yourself hurting your own feelings, just stop. And I mean that literally, stop. Whatever you're doing, just stop it right there. Instead, do things to make yourself feel better. Years ago, I watched a movie called For Love of the Game. It had Kevin Costner and some other people. And basically, it was a story about an old baseball player and a love story all in one. And whenever things got too bad, the crowd in a completely full baseball stadium, it's so noisy, it's so loud, it would knock out his concentration. And whenever that happened, he would say to himself, clear the mechanism. And when he said those words, it enabled him to tune out everything that was going on around him. He would hear only silence, only his own thoughts, and then he was able to concentrate on what he needed to do during the game. He was a pitcher, so he had to worry about strikeouts and balls and fouls and all that kind of stuff. But those words enabled him to clear everything out, stop the negativity, and to go on and do what he had to do. Now, I tried that method. So whenever I started to feel down, unhappy, or dissatisfied with myself, I would say, clear the mechanism. And my mind would go blank. I would just concentrate on those words, and I would be able to do whatever it was I needed to do. Now, I don't think it was those exact words that are mystical and magical and have all the superpowers. I think what it is I've made a decision. This negative trend needs to stop. I'm stopping it, and I'm going to go on in a positive direction. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Whenever you start to hurt your own feelings or to talk negatively about yourself or do anything negative at all, literally say out loud, clear the mechanism, or whatever phrase you make up for yourself. And use that phrase to stop the negativity and get you back on track where you need to be. Don't hurt your own feelings. Another thing you can do when you find yourself hurting your own feelings, doing something negative, and just slipping down that slope is to say, okay, stop it. And just tell yourself, stop. Just like you would say to a child doing something dangerous, you would say, stop. Do it to yourself. Negative talk to yourself. Hurting your own feelings, that's negative. Don't do it. Simply say stop and then move on and do something else. Another thing that people do is whenever they are being negative towards themselves or see themselves going down a negative spiral, they give themselves 4 or 5 compliments. And so that way they stop hurting their own feelings and they start making themselves feel better. You can try calling or texting a friend and saying, hey, give me some compliments. I got my feelings hurt. You don't have to tell them you hurt your own feelings. Just ask for the help. One of my favorite tricks is to look at a list of compliments that you've made for yourself and use that to boost your confidence, to boost your good feelings, to make you feel better. What you do is you get out a piece of paper or your phone, whatever, and you type all the letters or write all the letters from A through Z, each letter on a separate line. And then you go back and you give yourself a compliment for each letter of the alphabet. A, you're adorable. B, you're beautiful. C, you're a cutie full of charms. D, you're delightful. E, you're exciting. And you go on and on and on. Some of you will recognize those are the words to an old song, but I said them to give you the idea. Go through the entire alphabet and put a compliment for yourself for each letter. If you can't think of a compliment for yourself for a certain letter, get out the dictionary, your thesaurus, do dictionary.com, and get that list of words. That list is important. You can keep it in your phone, you can keep it in your bullet journal, you can keep it on your desk, keep it nearby so that whenever you hurt your own feelings or start going down that negative spiral, you have that tool readily at hand that you can use to turn things around. That's really a great tool. I mean, there are 1 million people in this world who are willing and able to hurt your feelings. You should not be one of them. Remember, your words have power. Your words are strong. Your words can make things happen. So do not use your words to hurt your own feelings. I mean, think about it. Have you ever not attempted to do something because you convinced yourself you wouldn't be good at it? I mean, was there something you really, really wanted to do and you decided you wouldn't even try it because you knew you weren't going to be able to succeed? And then when you didn't try it, you felt like a failure or a loser because you didn't even try to do the thing. This is an example of you hurting your own feelings. Or on the other side of that, have you ever tried to do something, did your absolute best to do it, and then failed? And when you fail, did you think or say to yourself, I knew it, I'm a loser, I never win? That's another example of hurting your own feelings. You're not perfect. Sometimes you're going to fail. So what? That does not mean you should do things to hurt your own feelings. Stop doing that. Let yesterday be the last day that you hurt your own feelings. Around here, we always say, don't get ready, stay ready. So if you have hurt your own feelings in the past, let today be the day you start using some of those tips and tricks we just talked about to stop that behavior in its tracks. Now keep in mind, if you need some more tips, tricks, and ideas to create the confidence you need to succeed in your world, head on over to my website, Janine'sWorld.com. The link is in the comments. And while you're there, you're going to find books, planners, videos, loads of articles, everything designed to help you create confidence. You go to the bottom of that page and you're going to find this incredible feedback form that you can use to let me know how these tips are working for you. If you have a tip you want me to share, share it. I'd love to share that tip with the world. Also, you can let me know how you would like me to help you and your team learn to operate with confidence and competence. Feel free to do that. I'd love to hear from you. If you're a texting person, here's my number right here. Give me a call, give me a text. I'd love to talk with you. Most of all, remember today's tip. Don't hurt your own feelings. Just don't do it. The last time that you hurt your own feelings was yesterday, because today you watched this video, you have a whole host of tips, tricks, and ideas that you can use so that you will not hurt your own feelings, so that you can be the confident person you want to be, so that you can live the life that you want to live. Remember, don't hurt your own feelings. There's 1 million people who could do it. You don't have to be that person. Don't hurt your own feelings, okay? And I'll see you next time with another confidence tip of the day. Bye, everybody.